Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in. So this video is for all of you. Now I'm very aware that my channel is a little bit mixed up. There's a bit of knitting, there's a bit of crochet, there's a bit of sewing, there's a bit of me out and about doing all sorts of things, and I'm aware that lots of you watch different bits of my channel and dip in and out. But this is for all of you, so you should all watch. I'm not going to keep you for very long, but I want to basically let you know that over the next 2 weeks, Claire is going on an adventure. So I'm going on my travels, and while I'm away I'm going to be doing all sorts of crafty stuff, both knitting and crochet and fabricy things, and generally having a really good time, hopefully. And I will be vlogging my adventure. So if you enjoyed Vlogmas and you like my days out and about in London, then this is going to be right up your street. But I thought I'd give you a little bit of a heads up as to where I'm going, what I'm doing, and the preparation that I've done to prepare me for my trip. But first things first, I need to let you know that I'm hoping you're going to see this video in much better quality to my usual videos. Hopefully it's not going to be zooming in and out all the time, and it should be nice and clear, because I think I can count myself now as a proper vlogger. Because look what I got. A Canon G7X Mark II. Now this camera is the camera that all the well-known vloggers out there have. It's a really nice camera. It has a zoom on it, so I can now zoom in and out of all those things that I want you to be able to see, and it's really lovely to use, a nice pocket compact camera. So it will be coming on my journey with me and hopefully capturing lots of lovely footage. So where am I off to? Today is Tuesday and it is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have just come back from the studio. This morning I taught part 1 of a Crochet for Beginners class, and my lovely pupils have now got 2 weeks to go home and do their homework, ready to come back for part 2. Once they'd left, I set up the studio, had a good clear up, did the washing up, did the hoovering, all the boring stuff that business owners have to do, and I set up for the classes that will be taking place while I'm away. So we've got some knitting, and we've got some patchwork and quilting and some sewing classes that are being run by my external tutors while I'm away. So I'm now done. I am not going back to work for 2 weeks. I have loads and loads of work to do while I'm away, but that's all boring admin-y stuff that I will crack on with. So I am off on Thursday. I am flying first thing Thursday up to Edinburgh with the lovely Elspeth and Viv, and we are going to the Edinburgh Yarn Festival. And for those people in the know, the Yarn Festival is a really lovely, huge fibre festival where all of the podcasters and all of the nitty people get together and spend lots of money on gorgeous yarns, do classes if they want to, and generally get together and have a really nice time. So I'm going up there. On the Thursday night there is a mass knit and natter that takes place in a bar called Akbar, and I will be there on Thursday from 4 o'clock. So if you're going to be at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival and you're going to the knit and natter, then do come and look me up. I'm going to be easy to find because on the Thursday night I'm going to be wearing my Truly Hooked Eliza jumper, which is a luminous pink, luminous yellow and bright blue, so I will be nice and easy to find. And then on the Friday morning I shall be going in nice and early to the Yarn Festival. I have a podcaster pass, which means I can get in a little bit earlier and have a quick look around before the hordes descend at 10 o'clock. And I will then be having a bit of a shop in the morning, and in the afternoon from 1 o'clock you'll find me in the podcaster lounge at the podcaster meetup. I am then going to be attending a talk by the lovely Vero from Along the Lanes and a few other podcasters on video podcasting, and then at 3 o'clock I'm helping out as a volunteer in the Would You Like to Do Your Own Podcast session. So do come along and see me. Now I'm going to apologise for the sun. It's really bright in here. I'm in the conservatory. And obviously it's super sunny and the sun keeps coming and going, so I apologise if you keep seeing blotches of light on my face. Anyway, so that's Edinburgh. When the show closes at 5:30, I'm going to be getting in a cab, going straight to the airport, and I'm going to be flying from Edinburgh Airport to Heathrow. I'm leaving Elspeth and Viv behind. They're going to enjoy another day in Edinburgh. They're not coming home till Sunday. But I'm going straight to Heathrow Airport Friday night, meeting my husband, and we're staying in the Hilton there overnight, because first thing on Saturday morning we are flying to Los Angeles. So we're going to LA, and we're going to have 2 days in LA, and then we're off to Vegas for another 6 days. And we're going because hubby's working, and I am tagging along. And so I've got lots of plans of places I want to visit whilst he's working. I'm going to try and squeeze in a trip to Mood Fabrics in LA. I'm also a bit of a nerd, and I really, really love the Housewives of Beverly Hills. So I'm going to try and go for dinner, if I can, at Sir. So any of you who watch that programme and love the lovely Lisa Vanderpump, I'm going to go and try and have dinner in her restaurant. And I know that's sad, but hey. Obviously the obligatory Hollywood sign photo and the walk down the boulevard. And if we can, we're going to try and go and visit Universal Studios and do the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. But we're only there for 2 days, and hubby has got to work during that time. So we'll see how much of it we get to do together, but I will try and do some of it by myself. Once we leave LA, we're driving in a camper van-y thing, I think, across the desert to Las Vegas, where we're going to spend 6 days there. Hubby has a convention to go to Monday to Friday, so whilst he's at that, then I will be out and about, trying not to do the touristy stuff. I'm going to save that until he's not working and do that with him, but I'm going to try and do the crafty stuff. So I've been following some podcasters who live in Vegas recently. She's Crafty being one of them, and just sort of trying to get a feel for the craft scene and what's what. And there are 2 really nice yarn shops. There's Mirage Fibre Arts and Sin City Knits, both of which I want to visit. And then I want to go and see and hunt down some of these really big craft stores, so like Joann's and Michael's and Hobby Lobby. And I know they're going to be sort of out of the main drag, so I'm probably going to have to jump in a cab and go out for the day to go and see those. Obviously we will do the obligatory stuff while we're there. I may spend a little bit of money on the old roulette tables, although I'm not a massive gambler, but it would be quite nice if I could win my holiday money back. We are going to go and see a couple of shows, eat some lovely food. I'm going to go do the zip wire. I'm not sure if I'm brave enough to jump off the top of the stratosphere, but I will probably go on the roller coaster that's up there, although I am not going to be vlogging that, because there is no way I'm going to be using my lovely new camera that high up, for fear of dropping it. But I'm sure we'll have a fun time, and I will vlog obviously the whole journey for you and any exciting things. So I've got lots of bits and pieces that I've been preparing to take with me, so I thought I'd show you what they were. There's a little bit of knitting and a little bit of sewy stuff, so just bear with me if one or the other doesn't interest you. So first things first, I've got my Edinburgh stuff prepped and my aeroplane stuff. So I need things that are really, really simple that I can just get on with. I don't have to follow a pattern. I can talk, I can pick up, I can put down. So I've got 2 pairs of socks, and what I've done with both of these is cast on the cuffs. So I've got my cuff here in my rainbow sparkly yarn. That's ready to just go round and round, and this one I have already got started on, but again I can just carry on going round and round. So I've got that pair of socks, and then this pair I cast on yesterday, and these are my rainbow opal yarn, and I've cast those cuffs on. So again, they're just ready to just knit round and round and round on. And then I've got my pattern with me, so I can do the heels at a time when I've maybe got half an hour to concentrate or an hour to concentrate, and then I'll be able to knit round and round and round again with the foot. The other thing that I've got cast on is I'm going to make another Enchanted Messer jumper. So I have done the fiddly bit and cast on the provisional cast on for the cowl neck, and I've now got about 40 rows of knitting to do on that. So that's ready to just go round and round and round. So that's my aeroplane knitting. I've also prepared to take with me to the Edinburgh Festival. I've made some badges. I don't know if you can see those, how well it focuses, but just some little beautiful things badges which I can give to my fellow podcasters and any viewers that I come across, just as a little hello present. So I've done that. I'm taking with me in my America suitcase, so my checked baggage for when I get there, some sewing patterns, because I want to go to Mood. I want to buy some fabric for a new summer Betty dress. I've made this lots of times, but I really want to make a new one in my correct size now for this summer. So I've got that with me. This is my go-to shift dress pattern. It's New Look 6095. I really love it, and I love this sleeve version. So I'm taking that with me in case I see any fabric I like to make a couple of those for the summer. And then I've got my Tilly and the Buttons Clio. I want to try and find some really cool, unusual fabric to make that with, something a little bit different. I saw so many really lovely variations at the Knitting and Stitch show the other day, so I want to find something fabulous for that. So I've got those in my bag, in my suitcase. And then I have got, one second, oh, reach, 2 big bags of yarn, and in here is all of the coloured yarn for my Enchanted Messer jumper. I don't think you can really see in there. Yeah, there we go. All of the yarn for my Enchanted Messer jumper. I've got my spare needles and cables in there that I'll need to do this. I've got my little case of DPNs and stitch holders. I don't want to risk that in my hand luggage because they're super sharp and pointy and not being used. So they're going into my case. My other needles are Nippo Zings, and because I've got stuff already on the go on them, it's highly unlikely that they're going to get taken off me as hand luggage only. Obviously, if they do, I'll be very, very grumpy with Mr. Ryanair, and I'll buy some more at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival. If they then get taken off me on the way to Heathrow, I'll be even more grumpy because I'll be flying British Airways, and we'll have to see how we go, but I should be absolutely fine. But I've got spares with me in my packed luggage, my hold luggage, in case that should happen. But from past experience, I don't think it will do. So the only last thing to say is, how am I getting on with my Edinburgh Yarn Festival jumper? Because I know those of you that follow the podcast are going to want to know. So the body is now finished and cast off, as you can see. I now have a quarter or a third of one sleeve and 2/3 of another sleeve. So I have about 70 or 80 rows of knitting left to go. I'm teaching from home tonight until 9:30, so I'm going to get an hour or so after class that I'm going to probably get one sleeve finished. And then tomorrow, depending if I can get all my packing finished, I'll probably get the other one finished tomorrow night. So if I'm lucky, it will be cast off and all the ends darned in time for Edinburgh Yarn Festival. If it's not, then I'm only going to be a few rounds away, and I do have the Knit and Natter on the Thursday evening. I'm not planning on wearing it till the Friday. So I think I can safely say I will be wearing my Enchanted Messer jumper at Edinburgh Yarn Festival on Friday, but watch this space. So there's going to be no more videos from me now until probably Sunday, I would imagine. I'll get lots of footage at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival. I may or may not edit and upload, depending on Wi-Fi, the Thursday as a separate separate video. If I don't, then I'll add my Thursday to my Friday, and I will edit on the plane on the way to America and upload when I get to the airport when I get to the hotel in LA. So you'll either hear from me towards the end of the weekend or the beginning of the weekend, but expect my part 1 to be my journey and my visit to Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and part 2 will be my first little bit of shenanigans in LA. So I'm super excited. I hope you're looking forward to joining me on my adventure. As I say, there will be sewing, there will be knitting, there will probably not be any crochet, but who's to say what I might buy when I'm at Edinburgh Yarn Festival. So I'm not going to say no. Obviously lots of vlogging fun. We have got some other super exciting things planned for our trip to Vegas that I'm not going to tell you about, because I don't want to spoil the surprise, and so you need to tune in. Make sure that you hit the big red button which is down there somewhere that says subscribe, and that means when you look in your column down the side here, or it might be down this side, I'm not sure what side it's going to be, and click subscriptions, you can then watch any of the people that you subscribe to, so you'll know when we upload videos. So you can choose to be notified, so you can get a message to say I've uploaded a new video. Please do hit the thumbs up button. Every time you press that, it sends my videos out there so that people who maybe haven't found me already will discover me, and that's really helpful to spread the beautiful things love. So I shall say bye bye for now, and I shall see you in Edinburgh. Bye.